afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on folks. Man, I always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, this is a big week. It's peak week for the Olympia. The Olympia
Yeah.
is, yes, it's going to start later this week. Also, you have the Amateur Olympia. I think it's going to be tomorrow, but the main big show is going to be this weekend. So, shout out to my nephew Alex. He's up there and he's down there in Vegas, over there, down there, up there, whatever.
Mhm.
He's a great kid. He told me that he's there. I hope he's enjoying himself. A good time. I also told him, hey, Alex, stay with my girl. You know who I'm talking about when I say my girl. But anyway, folks, we have here a lovely lady. She turned pro last year at the North American. She is the North America's women's bodybuilding overall champion. She's also a coach and trainer. She's been around for a good bit. I've seen her on people like my man, David over at the Female Bodybuilding Forum. Shout out to my man Jeremy at the Female Physique Fan, and also D Down the Spot and several others. So, and now I finally got my hands on her.
This is the alter ego laugh.
Yeah, sometimes it comes out without the other guy popping up. But anyway, we have the lovely Miss Elizabeth Moline, and we welcome her and thank you for her time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Not a problem, not a problem. So the big question I ask you, ladies: what got you started in sports? I call it muscle and masculinity. Please share.
Oh, what got me started in muscle? It's always been about ability. It's always been about lifting. It's always been about wanting to be strong. And then I started doing some bodybuilding workouts, and it shifted to like, all right, what am I capable of aesthetically? Like, how big can I get? So I guess it started with wanting to just feel strong, be strong, move heavy weight. Uh-oh, we're frozen.
Hello.
Sorry. Okay, now we're
Yeah,
good. You were frozen there for
yeah,
a minute.
yes. I had a little. I don't know something's going on. I think there might be a little storm coming up in the midst of my cable a bit, my Wi-Fi. But start all over again, please. And
Okay. Start over.
yeah,
What?
from when wow, you talk about how you got into it because of the
Oh,
training, the muscle like that. Yeah.
yeah. I got into it because I love training. I love feeling strong. Being able to accomplish a new PR, push things each workout. So it was the training that got me into it. And then when I started training more in a bodybuilding style, I wanted to push things aesthetically. I started to see changes in my body, and I was like, oh, okay, how far can we take this? How far can we push this?
Mhm. Yeah, that's the thing about bodybuilding. It's just so many things and levels to it as you grow and develop as an athlete in this sport. Like what was that experience like your first competition? When was that? What division were you in originally?
Yeah, it was in 2020. October 2020 was my first show. And I did figure and women's physique. I took second place in figure and I won women's physique. And then I went on and I did nationals. I did junior nationals in June 2021. And I only did figure. I only did figure at that show. Um, and that is the smallest I've ever been. And after that show, I just realized like the heels aren't for me, figures not for me. Like definitely wanted to go women's physique. Um, and then I took a couple years off to grow. I competed again in October 23 to qualify for nationals in December 23. Um, and actually, after the local show that I did as a qualifier, I decided I wanted to try women's bodybuilding just for fun. So I did women's physique and women's bodybuilding um, at nationals in December 23. And I loved women's bodybuilding. Like I lit up on stage. It was so fun. It was so fun. I loved being on stage with all of those big jacked women and like the posing, and I was like, this is my category. This is the division I want to compete in.
Yeah,
Uh,
I interviewed a couple of your comrades that competed in your class. That's
mhm.
Anastasia Ryder and Amanda Santos. So Amanda,
Yeah.
she was qualified for the Olympia, but she took a
Yep.
step back.
Mhm.
I talked with Anastasia just a while back. And right now she's going to take some time off and maybe make a return maybe the year after next. And I
Yeah.
think she also says she's going to move, leaving Florida maybe by next year. But yeah, I mean, you were, I think, third. And I mean, in your women's bodybuilding, you don't get a pro card in the top two like you do with the other divisions. Didn't you think about trying to do physique like Amanda did?
I did. Yeah. Well, at that show, I did do women's physique.
Yeah. But,
Um, I did women's physique at North Americans too. I think it took like fourth place or something. It
so,
was-
so truthfully, you feel like you're more a women's bodybuilding than a physique competitor.
mhm.
Yeah. We have some people coming here. My man Josh Simkins. Shout out to Josh. He says, what's good, George and Elizabeth? Nothing, brother. What's good with you? Shout out to my man K. Elder Wonder says, well, what's up? Say, what's up to you too, brother? So now you last year you did the North Americans and you won. And I've interviewed some ladies who did that show. What was that feeling like after all that time, you training, the work and finding your division that fits you? What's that feeling for you now that you're now IFB Pro?
Oh gosh. Like, what is it like now, or what was it like when I turned pro?
When it's like then, and then you talk about what it's like now.
Oh, okay. So when I turned pro, it didn't feel anything like I thought it was gonna feel like. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, I made this huge accomplishment. It was like, all right, I just unlocked the next level. Like the next level has been unlocked. And that's kind of just that has been my mentality that since getting my pro card. It's like I knew that I needed to act like pro before turning pro. You don't turn pro acting like an amateur. So I was approaching my lifestyle with that pro mentality, right? Everything's on point. Um, I turned pro and felt like, okay, the next level has been unlocked. Therefore, like, I need to show up at my absolute best. And it was one of the best off seasons. Well, kind of the only off season I've ever really had. I did take 2 years off between junior nationals and stepping on stage again in 2023, but it was sloppy. I didn't I didn't have a solid plan. I didn't follow a solid plan. Um, so this is the first off season where I had a very strict. I mean, it there was no time where I felt like I wasn't in prep, I guess. It's just less cardio and more food. um so yeah, I'm excited for this prep.
Yeah. Well, as my other half will say, I don't have a plan. I'm just a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know where to get one if I get it. But yeah, that's the thing about this. It's good to find something to help you in your process as a bodybuilder. The right training, the rest, the recovery. Like I often say this, when doing this content about your ladies, there's a lot more to it than just people thinking lifting weights and taking supplements and there's so much more to this. Like
Mhm.
who's your coach? Who's your coach and how long y'all been together?
Brandon Ray,
Oh
my
wow.
coach.
I've
Yeah.
you're up there with one of the top women in the world who's with Brandon. Quite a few ladies. Like I interviewed Erin Hawkins. She's also a Brandon Ray's client. Also Angela Yo, the late Amy. I didn't get a chance to interview her. I would love to have meeting her. Amy Mendez. That was one of Brandon's clients who passed away a while back, and we know some successes of that. I mean, I think he's doing pretty good with you ladies.
Yeah, I mean, he we were in contact in my off season. He was helping me with my back double bicep, and we did a FaceTime posing session, and I was just like so blown away by the 30-minute posing session that I was like, okay, yeah, oh, you're gonna be my coach for sure. Um, just uh, just tons of knowledge there. Like he knows what he's doing with training, with posing. One of the best posing coaches in the game for sure.
Yeah, he's up there. Like I think some quite a few people like Kenny Wallach. He's a very popular coach. There's also a friend of mine, Janine Lakowski. She works with pretty much with some coaches, and also can't forget Christina Mendoza. As you know, recently she made an announcement she's moving down to wellness.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
think
mean,
it.
that makes me sad. I love her posing routines. Her posing routines are so good. And like I just love the look that she brings to women's bodybuilding. She was one of my absolute favorites. Um, but if she's happier in wellness, like heck yeah, she's gonna kill it in wellness. Her wheels are insane. So
Yeah. Well, you see, you look at the wellness girls now. Some of them, pretty much, they are at the level, maybe the bottom half of like female bodybuilders. Like there's one lady I follow, Tiffany Sam, and I think she's
mhm.
competing in Olympia this weekend. And
Yep.
her physique is just crazy. She could be a woman's bodybuilder if she just maybe put a little more effort to it.
Well, there was a
Uh,
minute there. For a minute, she was gonna go into women's physique. I think she was gonna move up. She was hitting upper body. Maybe that was a social media joke. I don't know, but I thought for a minute there she talks about moving up a division.
Well, I think eventually, as y'all knows, like sometimes as your body grows, develop, like people say, well, it's about when the vision picks you, but sometimes it's about how you grow and develop as a person, like yourself. You were doing figure before, then you went
Hmm.
to physique, and now you went into bodybuilding. Look at
Hmm.
Ashley Jones, who was doing figure for a long time, and then she went to physique and got two Olympic qualifications, and now she's number three in the world at the Olympia and the Rising Phoenix. I
Hmm.
think with some women, they often use excuses. I don't want to go there because I feel less feminine. I don't want to. But here's the thing: is the way some of these ladies train, they train heavy, they train this style that way, and as your body grows and evolves, sometimes it's not a point in sticking a vision where you're outgrowing.
So actually, Sandy came here for a posing seminar in Minnesota, and there was like a little Q&A, and she made the comment like you should pick the class that you like to train for. Like uh, I think a few bikini competitors were asking her if they should move up to wellness. And she was like, well, how much do you like training legs? And do you like to train heavy? And do you like to train legs often and heavy? And is that something that sounds fun to you? Right? It's like if you aren't interested in that, it's not your division. You know, if you love training upper body, wellness probably isn't your division, you know?
Yeah, that thing is, I think everybody has to find a thing that really, because bodybuilding is a passion sport for a lot of competitors. Some just want to be on the stage and prove themselves. Some want to hit a big show like the Olympia, and some just do it because it was something that they found, especially when they're going through something in their life. Like I talked to ladies where they have done with either abuse, domestic abuse, the abuse of food, or so many other things. Like in your time, what really inspires you about being a bodybuilder?
Ooh, I it goes back to training. Like for me, it all started with training. I love training. I love pushing limits. I love pushing the limits in my mind. I love pushing limits in the gym, and that's what I have found with bodybuilding is it's like something feels impossible, and then you do it, and it's like that's the new. You just unlocked that level, and then you keep unlocking levels. There's levels to this. But I think that's what makes me excited about this sport, about continuing in bodybuilding, is there's always another level. There's always improvements. Um, like this prep, someone was asking me the other day, like, "Oh, is the hunger getting to you?" No, it's not. Um, do I feel hungry sometimes? Yeah. Is it hard to like push through your day? It can be challenging, but it's not like the first prep. I think it's like in your first prep, you've never experienced that before. Um, but then you make it through and you make it to the stage, and then it's like, oh, okay, I can do that. And then the next prep, it's like, oh, I've been here before. I've done this. I got this. And I think you
Mhm.
just continue to unlock those levels.
Mhm. It's like finding your what the thing that really inspires, not much what inspires you, but the thing that drives you, when you get to the sport, the training, the dieting. The dieting is the very most important part about it because, not everybody can like do what some of y'all people do. Like, like I know one thing is I'm a fat dude. I like good food. I mean, it's like something salty, sweet like that. But then I know as a bodybuilder, that's something you don't always need.
Let me
It's good.
tell you, it's not
But
that I don't like those foods. It's not that I don't want those foods. It's just, but yeah, in bodybuilding, you choose to stick to the goal that you have set.
Mhm. And it's important that's discipline. That's the important part about it because motivation can change with the wind. But as long
Mhm.
as you have the mindset, it's like, you know what, I have a goal and I want to achieve it. Here we have some comments here. Uh, Shout out to my man Josh 60 says, speaking of hunger, what is your favorite cheat meal? Wait a minute. Give her a minute. I think she just probably had a call or something. She'll be right back. So, guys, and the guys, it's technical difficulties. It's like,
Ah, I'm sorry. Yes.
yeah.
What is going on now?
What is it?
Like half the screen. Can you see me?
I can see you. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, I can see you. That's good.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah. So don't worry about it. Sometimes,
A phone call.
yeah, that's sometimes the technical difficulties. But yeah, it's just one. But my man Josh asked you his question. Says again. He says, speaking of hunger, what is your favorite cheat meal?
Burger and fries every time. So good.
That's typical. That's almost every bodybuilder. I mean, burger
Gotta be
fries.
sweet potato fries though. I'm a sucker for sweet potato fries.
I like regular fries. I like the quickly kind, or sometimes I can be moved for tater tots. Get a little chili and cheese on it. You have a good time. We got here comment from my man. Shout out to my man K. He says, I I like your reels, Elizabeth. Don't use say don't use I against me. Don't use it against me. If I repost your content on my YouTube channel. Yeah, so
Oh,
he's a fan. Yeah, he's a fan.
okay. Cool.
That's fair. Yeah, that's pretty cool because that's I think a lot of us guys who follow bodybuilder, especially y'all ladies, we're fans. We enjoy. I think I have to admit my crime, Elizabeth. It's a crime that I don't want to admit, but I know I must do it. I am a muscle person. I think some of y'all ladies are just something, just intoxicating. I mean, I've been a fan of bodybuilding for a long time, but for you ladies, I really, really respect what y'all do. But yes, I think there's some beautiful women like yourself, and you mentioned some of the other ladies that's out there. One lady I'm a fan of is, you guys know who I'm talking about. And, I call her, she's my girlfriend. And, she's the current, about to head for a sixth title, Andrea Shaw. I think she's so lovely. She's so amazing. I mean, like who do you admire as a bodybuilder and respect their physique or their overall dedication to the sport?
I mean, she was like the number one. I've been, looking up to her. I started bodybuilding in 2020, right? Like she's kind of the face of women's bodybuilding. She has been since I started, right? Um, but I'm really excited to watch the Olympia this year. I mean, women's bodybuilding is stacked. There's so many good competitors. Um, I look at what's her name, Melissa.
Pike.
Yeah, Melissa Tyke. Like the conditioning she's bringing and the size that she's bringing is insane. But
Yes.
um, Angela, like she's gonna look insane. She's gonna look insane. And then like Ashley Jones, super excited to see her. I look up to these women so much. Like work ethic and um, yeah, just what they bring to the stage. It's incredible.
Yeah. One thing is a friend of mine. Her name is Eunice. She runs her own company, Bad Rap. And a while back, she was in Orlando when they had last time they had the Olympia. And she was talking about they might be moving to Olympia again. I think it might go back to Orlando because some of them said they liked that time when they would had Olympia Orlando. And she was there that year. She got me this issue because she sent it for his birthday gift. It's not just a regular issue of Muscle Development, even though they don't do the magazine anymore on hard copy. What made it so special for me, and especially as a fan of this lady and I appreciate the support she has, given to me as a fan. She signed it.
Yes, that's awesome.
That's awesome. I mean, I just love that. So, folks, while we have Elizabeth here, what we're doing here, we're going to jump into her social media for a bit. If you want to follow her links in the description of this live. If you want to support her upcoming plans as a pro or just as a competitor, reach out and generate interest. But guys, there's no fish to you, Elizabeth. I say this as guys, no weird stuff. Stop it.
Please.
No, none, no. Come on, guys. I know ladies like her. They get you a little excited, but please have some decorum, have some common sense. So we're gonna jump into her, IG for a bit. You want to follow the links here. Here is, and is this a recent picture of you?
No, that was a week after North Americans.
Wow, you
Well
just look,
fed,
yeah, you just like
carved
wow.
up.
Yeah, you really look, I think you deserve that win. I mean, I
Thank
talked
you.
to a couple of ladies that competed that show, Jennifer Rudolph and Stephanie Herrera. They competed there. Stephanie won in both physique and figure, and also I think Jennifer won in women's bodybuilding. Here's just your championship. Wow, I think you have a beautiful physique, man. I ain't
Thank
gonna lie.
you.
Yeah. What do you feel is your best physical asset?
Ugh, best physical accent. Quads. I have a lot of people be like, "How you get your quads jacked?" 12 years of hockey, I think.
Huh. You
12,
played
12
hockey.
years of skating helped.
You played hockey.
It did.
Oh, well, you're up there from Minnesota, so that's why you're used to Minnesota. Down here south, we don't have that. Our
So
winters don't
true.
last. Our winters don't last no more than maybe barely a month or a half before everything starts becoming cool. But how long you been living in Minnesota?
My whole life.
Yeah, like me, I've been in North Carolina most of my life. You know,
Hmm.
yeah. But yeah, you do have some great quads. What does you feel like the thing that you need to work on the most?
This off season was all about arms, getting my arms and my shoulders and my glutes up. It was the main focus. Upper
Mhm.
body, bringing up the whole upper body.
Yeah, I think this thing about any athlete, you want to have that great complete look. You want the great detail in the shoulders. The back is a very important part because right here you got a great back. I mean, you got a lot of tattoos. I mean, yeah, nice little size. Is that a look like is that a lion right there? Am I
It
correct?
is.
Yeah.
Yup.
How many tattoos you have?
Like 6 or 7.
Yeah. But like I said, yeah, you do have that potential. You have a great physique, great width, size. I mean, yeah, and I think you got someone like Brandon working with you. I think he can bring it up to you. Now, what's it like for you? What's your day to day like when you're home and you're training? What's that? What's your schedule?
Yeah, so I wake up at 5. Um, and I have my moment I take my supplements, I drink some coffee, and then I go get on fasted cardio. I do my fasted cardio, come back, have my first meal, get ready for work. I get to work around 8:30, work until 4:30. Go to the gym, I train, and then I practice posing, post workout cardio, and then home to pack meals for the next day, get everything set, go to bed as early as possible to get as much sleep as possible, and wake up and do it again. I coach part time and I'm a personal trainer. So sometimes on rest days, I'll go from work to personal training and I train clients on Saturday mornings. So it's just a routine right now of fasted cardio, a work day, and then to the gym.
Yeah. And how long you been a trainer and a coach?
Gosh, 7 years,
Oh,
like that. A
yeah.
little longer than I have been a bodybuilder.
And what got you into training and coaching?
CrossFit. CrossFit actually got me into it. I was going to a CrossFit gym and I drank the Kool-Aid super hard. I loved CrossFit so much. So I did like a weekend certification course and started coaching CrossFit classes. And I did that for a while. And then I went to school for physical therapist assistant. Um, and from there, moved into personal training, moved away from CrossFit, moved into personal training.
Yeah. CrossFit is a very popular sport. I mean, I think it's a little bit more popular than bodybuilding, you might say, because it's very mainstream compared to bodybuilding.
Yeah.
More people are recognize it. It's more, even though bodybuilding starting to grow in the world. Like I interviewed a lady from Germany. I got an interview in a couple of days with a lady from Great Britain. But I think there's some CrossFitters that I think has transitioned into the sport of bodybuilding, or who are either transitioned from bodybuilding to CrossFit. Here she is with an interview from a man, um, with a man, uh, Jeremy. That was about, I think about, was a couple months ago, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like
So
that. I don't know. It's all blur. Time's a blur.
yeah, I tell you, time is flying. Seeing we just started the summer, and now we're almost going to start into another year. I mean, it's crazy,
Hmm.
especially when you get to my age. It just seems like Christmas used to be like took forever, and birthdays came around every once in a while. Now Christmas is like around the corner and birthdays are like every other day. So, but the CrossFit thing, that's pretty interesting, and that's like I said, it's a very popular sport, and that's the thing about this. Everybody who got into bodybuilding have their backgrounds in athletics. Some ladies I've talked to said they got into because of, health reasons or whatever else. And being a personal trainer, is your clients a mix of competitors and also lifestyle, or
Hmm.
whichever?
Yeah, yeah, it is. I have lifestyle clients. I have a few competitors that I'm working with. And sometimes lifestyle clients turn into competitors, which is awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good. I mean that's one thing because you're helping somebody change their life, and then you find this like your passion for bodybuilding. They find that what, let me try it for myself. Here, shout to my man here, Josh. He says Elizabeth has amazing muscularity. Appreciate that, brother.
Thanks, Josh.
Also, we got a shout out from man Alex, and Alex right now he's in Vegas for the Olympia. Shout out to my nephew here. He says, "Yo George,
Jealous.
yeah, yo
Have fun,
George,
Alex.
yeah, yo George. Hello Elizabeth, how are you? We're fine, brother. How are you? I mean, yeah, I met Alex a while back. I was at over to Tampa because our friend Eunice, she runs her own company, Bad Rap, and as I got pulled the hat, I always want to shout out Bad Rap. The moniker, big and defined, ripped and pumped. I always want to bring her head out, and said, and it was a great opportunity to go to someplace like Tampa and to meet like female bodybuilders and people in the sport. Like I got to meet Bob Chickarello and people like Kevin LeVron and and even some ladies who I followed the interviews with.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. When did the last show you, other than the North Americans? What did the last show you been to?
I went and watched Anastasia in Chicago at Chicago Pro.
Yeah, a friend of mine was competing at Tina Williams. She did pretty good. She, it was a great show. And I mean, Melissa looked great. I mean, uh, people was really shooting for Christina, but she was a little off this that year. Here from my man, shout out to my man. He just says, "Do you have any muscle worshippers, Elizabeth?" And teasing, LOL.
I do not.
Well, that's the thing is, I think most people think women like yourself are not very appealing because it said again, the everyday person like are curious about why would a woman get a sport that's very so. That's why I say the word like muscular masculinity because they see it as very a masculine sport, but it's a sport like any sport, and you found a passion for it.
Hmm. Absolutely. To each their own. Some people don't love the look. That's okay. They don't need to. Some people don't understand. You know what? Most people don't understand, but that's okay. They don't need to understand. Um, I don't need to understand why somebody loves cross country, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna make fun of them for doing it at all. Um, it's like everybody has their thing, and bodybuilding has given me personally so much. Um, the friends that I've made, confidence that I've built, the ability to see something through all the way to the end, to stick with something, to stick with a plan, to have a vision, and to see it through. Like, that has given me so much. So, yeah, love
It's
bodybuilding.
also and also the fundamentals of it. The discipline, the training, the factors that go into, especially as you grow as yourself as an athlete. I mean, again, this is not a sport for everybody. Not the everyday person, not the everyday Tom, Dick, and Harry can jump into it and just thinking, hey, I could be Lee Haney. No, unless you don't diet, train, you could, like people tell me, especially if I talk to bodybuilders, they tell me like George, they can take the gear or stuff, whatever I take, but if you don't follow the regimen of the diet and training and everything that's involved with it, they're not going to look like a Lee Haney or look like a Samson Dua or Angela or a Jessica Reyes Padilla or any other competitors. Yeah.
No, I can say that I have taken supplements when my food hasn't been dialed in, and I just looked fat. It's not a magic pill. It's not a magic thing. Everything, and like this is what I tell competitors when they start and they're young and they're asking me about supplementing, and I'm like, if you don't have your nutrition, your training, your sleep and recovery absolutely dialed in, you have no business touching anything. Like, all of that should be so dialed in, and you should be getting the absolute most that you can out of your nutrition and your training and your recovery before you're touching any supplements.
Yeah, it's good that it's good advice because you just don't want to jump into something and then you feel like, hey, you didn't do this, didn't do that, but you told them what you need to do, but then they don't
Mhm.
like, especially with young people, they want everything quick, fast, in a hurry. But there's nothing ever is done overnight. You got to take time.
That's the hardest part about bodybuilding, is there's no instant gratification. It's a long game.
Yeah, and then also it's a very expensive hobby. It's a sport, but still a hobby in some aspects of it. Compared to, I say it like this. I often, this is my moniker. I'm always gonna say this. Compared to the ladies, the guys got to wear a pair of banana hammocks and board shorts. They do have their costs like food and everything else, but for show day, y'all ladies have to look presentable. You have to have that the glamour and also the muscle. I mean, the cost of your suits to travel, especially as an amateur, you have to pay to compete at shows. And even in the pro, if you're a master's competitor, you have to pay, and then all that's involved in it. I wish some way that there was more ways as incentives, especially for prize money. If one time the Rise of Phoenix had $50,000, I think it ran it down to 10. Most shows, you go to a show, if you win first place in the women's division, it's maybe not enough to even cover your costs.
Yeah. No, it's not. It isn't.
Yeah.
If you're looking at how much a prep actually costs, no, the winnings are not enough.
Yeah, think about it. Like guys like Samson, he'll walk away with almost nearly $1 million. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he just shoot up the prize money to $750,000. You got to think about it. That could be enough to after taxes, you can live like a big king, a queen, a dog, big dog.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, and also who designs your suit? Because your suit I saw from the what's the face? It was a nice suit.
Where's her card? I had a card. Oh, I'm so terrible. I forgot her name. I'm the
That's all
worst.
right. That's all right. If you ever
It's the
remember it,
same woman that did Anastasia's suit.
I think it's either
It starts with a
Peculiar,
V.
VV.
Vandella, but oh my gosh. I
Don't worry
feel
about it.
terrible. I don't
Don't feel
remember.
terrible about it. It's the prep brains. The prep brains. Look close.
It
Look
is. It
close.
is the prep brain. This is my first time working with her. She's amazing. She's very detailed, very organized, and I'm really excited to get my suit. I'm going with a different color than I've ever gone with before, so I'm excited about that.
So so there's a plan. Says you're on prep. So what is the plan? Is next year 2026 is going to be the debut of Elizabeth
Oh,
Moline?
my show is the Steve Carr Classic, November 8th. I'm 5 weeks out. Yeah.
Whoa! Big news, folks. Big news. He's going to be at the Steve Carr Classic. Shout out to Austin Carr. The show is dedicated to his dad. He announced this year he was adding women's bodybuilding. That means this week, that weekend on the 8th, will be two shows for women's bodybuilding, the
Yeah.
Steve Carr show and also the remaining Muscle Fest. And that's great because there's not that many female bodybuilding shows after Olympia. I think Zeke Lease has,
No,
I think,
I think the soonest one after that is in Vancouver, the Vancouver Island Showdown.
actually is the Triple O.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Forgot
Yeah.
about that one.
One of my secrets, madam, is that to quote my master Raza Gula Demons had taught me, beware surrounds all time, young master Wayne. Never get a show footing for a killing below. But yeah, I mean that's a good show. A lady who I follow, she won that show. Another lady who I've interviewed, Tiana Flex, she's also both of them are Olympia qualified. Chelsea Dion did that show. She then she did the Vancouver. She won that show. It's I think somebody says it's tough to get to Vancouver because you have to take a bunch of flights here and there, and I
Yeah,
think I mean one year I think somebody told me that even Montgomery said that she lives in Portland, so she had to take the ferry,
very.
then had to take another flight to get there. Well, folks, what we'll do is this: we're going to pull up a video from when Elizabeth won her pro card. So I don't know if you ever saw it. So
No, I don't think I've ever seen it.
well, it's again is I'm often aware of my surroundings, mistress. So we're gonna share it with y'all. It's a great and you can see the expression and how she felt and and that feeling of now being an IFB pro. So I'm about to play it right here.
Good evening, everyone. This is Skylar Lanier, IFBB Bikini Pro, here with NPCNewsOnline.com at the 2024 NPC North American Championships. And I'm here with Elizabeth, who is now a new IFBB Pro, who won her pro card in the heavyweight women's bodybuilding. So how does it feel now that you're an IFBB Pro?
Doesn't quite feel real yet. It's something that I've been working towards for a long time. So, yeah,
Oh, look, I'm
it's
about to
kind of
cry.
slowly starting
Yeah.
to sink in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will say it doesn't quite hit you
Yeah,
like a couple days, weeks, and then one day you're like, oh my god, I'm an IFBB Pro. Like this is so cool.
yeah, absolutely.
So
Something that I've been envisioning for myself for a long time. So for it to actually come to fruition is just awesome.
how long have you been competing for?
Since 2019,
Oh wow.
like 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. 2019 was my first competition.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now have you always done women's bodybuilding or did you start off in a different division when you first started?
I started in figure.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I went to women's physique, and actually my first women's bodybuilding competition was at Nationals in December.
Wow.
Yeah,
So what made you want to switch?
I want to get big.
Yeah.
I love to train. I love training. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
So like eating the meals and lifting the weight, the consistency. I want to put on size. I want to get big. So love women's bodybuilding.
Now, I mean, you look incredible. So what would be one piece of advice you would give to like a new competitor that's starting off? And it doesn't matter like which division, they just really want to get it into fitness and they want to work out.
Consistency. Like without consistency, you have nothing.
100%.
Yeah. Meals, workouts, recovery. Like consistency is key.
I agree.
Yeah.
I very much agree. Now, I know you want to get out of here and eat before all the restaurants close. So who would you like to thank before you head out?
Oh my gosh, my coach, Tim Thompson, just helped me so much, has taught me so much, and yeah, helped me get through prep. So yeah, off season prep, he keeps my head on straight, and yeah, keeps me going. So appreciate you, Tim.
Well, that's good. It's very important to always have a solid coach. Well, congratulations again, and welcome to the IFBB.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. This is Skylar Lanier with NBCNewsOnline.com, signing out.
Well, congratulations there, young lady. I mean, I know you said you about to cry. There's no crying in bodybuilding. There's no
No,
crying.
at the beginning of that interview, I was tearing up a little bit.
Well, like I
Like,
said,
oh, here come the waterworks.
well, you got to think about it. The time you put into the sport, investing in it yourself, and then you like I said, you missed it at the nationals the year before, and then you come here, you win the overall title, which means that boom, and this, like I said again, it's just about finding your place in the sport as a bodybuilder and the training. And you said again, when you mentioned the consistency, that's the important part. I think people need to mention that if you're not consistent in the training, you said again, understand the factors that involve in this sport, then you can't be able to mix that next level, like you often say.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. We have here from a man, shout out to my man Alex. He says this, he says Andrea Shaw, Ashley Jones, Melissa Tyke, and now Elizabeth all transitioned from he said this, he posted, says, figure to women's bodybuilding. I'm seeing a pattern. It's true, because you know what? I think there's some ladies right now I'm looking at that could go to women's physique, but again, they can use that excuse. They want to pigeonhole themselves. They want to, state divisions feel like when you start outgrowing something, it's time to move on.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, it's about the look that you like, the look you want. It's like, do you enjoy training like a female bodybuilder? Do you enjoy the diet of a female bodybuilder? Like I ate way more this off season. I've never been 215 pounds in my life, and I was 215 pounds in January. But like, I was committed. I wanted as much growth as possible. Um, I was 19% body fat at my highest body fat percentage. I've been a sloppy 200 pounds. It's different. It's different. Um, but yeah, it's like, if I was extremely uncomfortable there, I probably wouldn't do women's bodybuilding. If I didn't love arm day and like training a split of, legs, back, chest, arms, I would do a different division.
Yeah, because I think you have to love it if you get into another division. You have to love the fact that you want to grow as an athlete in bodybuilding. I think some people feel comfortable with that. That's cool. You feel comfortable, yeah. But then again, you have to really think about where you want to go in this sport. So, what's it like, especially in I know there's quite a few bodybuilders. Like I said again earlier, before we started, that a couple ladies who know you. Say, hey George, she's a great lady. She's somebody, she's nice. She's my friend. She's the coolest person. Like Angel Gamoff, she sent me this,
Yeah.
and yeah, and Angel, she herself is a physique competitor. She hasn't competed in the last 4 or 5 years, and
I don't.
both of
She
y'all.
has such a killer physique. The fact that she doesn't compete, I'm like, oh, gotta get her back on stage. But yeah, she has a killer physique.
Yeah, I know she does a lot of she performs as a drag king, and that's the thing. She's still on the stage, but yeah, I remember a while back I did this thing called comparison videos where I take and compare bodybuilders, and her daughter saw it and she liked it. And I've been trying to get her on here to do an interview, but she's scared. So you don't be scared. I don't bite unless you want me to.
Oh my
But yeah,
goodness.
yeah, but I think everybody has that thing about them that makes them special. You know, every bodybuilder is different. Every individual is different. But the things that make you special are the things that are our best strengths. Like when you're like during your days, like especially like how about your family? How do you feel about your bodybuilding?
Depends on the family member. My close family, my mom, my dad, they're supportive. They're very supportive. Some cousins, aunts, uncles, they have different opinions. They do not love what I do, but that's okay.
That's the thing, because you know what? It's good as long as your parents are glad with it. I know I've talked to ladies who have told me that sometimes they might have issues with it because, especially mothers, they saying like, "You my little girl. I don't want you to be so. I don't want you to be
Oh my gosh. No, my mom's not
alone."
like that at all. My mom and my stepdad own a restaurant and it's in a small town, so like she knows everybody and she'll get her phone out and she'll be like, "Look at these pictures, look at the updates of my daughter," and just that's my mom. Which I will take that over, my mom saying, "Oh, don't get too big or don't be too bulky." My mom's like, "No, what you do is amazing." So
Yeah.
she's super supportive.
And that's good that your parents be proud of you. I've talked to people like, women who told me that sometimes relationships change, especially with friends and family members. Ladies told me that sometimes they got divorced because the sport's so extreme to the everyday person. But as long as you love it and you like it, they should say, you know what? I respect what you're doing. I may not like it, but I respect it. Like, day to day, like when you're training, what's that thing that you love to train the most? I think, because I saw for that video, your shoulders look killer.
Thank you. Favorite training. It changes. It changes all the time. Some days will be like, leg day is my favorite day to train. And then it's back day. But wait, I love shoulders. Actually, arm day is pretty dope. I love training. I don't think I have like a day that I dislike. It's between back or legs for my favorite.
Or, whenever I hear women say leg day, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be honest with you, Elizabeth. You know, you're a sick freak.
Yeah, I enter the shadow realm of existence and just go to a very dark place and absolutely grind. And those are the best sessions. I love it.
I know. As another guy says, I love those dark places because I'm an agent of chaos, of anarchy. I love things like dynamite and gasoline, and I love that. Oh, before I leave you, Elizabeth, I want to tell you something. You are beautiful. I'm sorry about him. I try to keep him in line, but I'm seeing a specialist right now. We have here comment from my man Josh coming through. Shout out to Josh. He says, well deserved, Elizabeth, winning the tiara and trophy and the pro card. Thank you, brother. Also, my man Alex here, he says this. He says, what type of restaurant does your family own, Elizabeth? So, what
It's
kind of
like
restaurant is it?
it's called the Old Mill Restaurant. So it used to be an old flour mill. It's on a dam. And it was like a very fine dining steak and seafood restaurant that was revamped in 2019. And now it's like a bar grill restaurant. So still like all of it's steak and seafood, but now there's burgers and sandwiches. And there's an outside seating area with an outside bar. But all of the steaks are hand cut,
Ooh.
which is like a very old school way of doing things. They have prime rib on Saturdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So it still has a little bit of that old school supper club, but um, revamped. Check out the website. The website's pretty dope. The Old Mill Restaurant.
All right.
Dot,
If you can't
sure.
send the link and I'll check it out. I mean,
Yeah.
If I ever get to Minnesota, I
Yeah.
might check
It's
it out.
it's it's in my hometown. It's in Austin, Minnesota. So I mean, like it's a drive-through town. It really is. It's
I
tiny.
live I live the kind of where we have one stoplight, we have two gas stations, a Dollar General, one grocery store, and a Family Dollar. You can go through Roland and boom, and you'll be on the other side to South Carolina before you know it. Yeah, I know how this goes in a small town. My
Yeah.
family, I grew up here. My family was sharecroppers. We worked here. And it's the thing is that being a bodybuilder, it's like I said, it's a sport that's really expanding over time. I
Mhm.
mean, it's a small community, Like I said again, like people like Angel and Sandra and several other ladies who saw me doing the interview with you. But it's good to find that people that share the same bond that you have for the sport.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, my best friendships are through this sport. I've made so many friends through this sport, and yeah, I'm so grateful for the people that this sport has brought into my life.
That's good. We have here my man Alex. I think he says this. Maybe I think he's gonna check out your place. He says like, "I will thank you." So thank you, brother. I think you just pick up a new customer. so so you're shooting for the Austin Car Show. Why that show? Because some competitors rather say, "Let me wait till the next year. Maybe give me some more time because there's more shows for the upcoming season. You want to hit the ground running, right?"
Yeah, well, I went to New York Pro with Anastasia. We trained with our coach, Brandon. And while we were there, we ran into some people that were talking about Steve Carr Classic having women's bodybuilding as an option. And I was like, all right, I'll put that in my back pocket. I'll think about that. And I think it was like a month and a half down the road. I didn't say anything to Brandon, but he called me and he was like, yo, this just got released. They said they're having, or, like they have women's bodybuilding. I think you're ready. Like, let's do this show. I was like, say less. All right, I'm ready.
Well, I know a lady who I interviewed a while back. She said she can do it. So her name is Leslie. I think Chelsea because my man David, he did an interview with Steve and also with Brittany Parrish, and because he lives in Vegas and a lot of the ladies are there. Like there was going to be some people thought that Christina's going to do the show, but now she's switching over to wellness. I think I've heard a couple other ladies who are some of the female bodybuilders in Vegas are going to do it because you got to think about it. For some of those ladies, it's a couple of weeks after the Olympia.
And
Actually,
it's in their backyard.
yeah. So they'll be still in condition and shape,
Yeah.
and then you think about it, hey, it's a great opportunity. You get to rub some shoulders with some of the big dogs, and
That's what I'm looking forward to the most. I can't wait to meet the women in this sport and to be at that level, to be on that stage. I'm really excited.
yeah. And as you know, earlier we talked about the steaks. Like, as you know, again, I'm a big dude. I like good food. Tell me, share with me, Elizabeth, what was that thing that you had, you desired, especially right after North Americans, after your big win, that thing you desire the most? That like you got a chance, and you know what? After all that time of prep, I just
Mm, I guess a burger and fries. They're just like a fat stack of pancakes the next morning.
yeah, pancakes.
But I do have a sweet tooth. I do have a sweet tooth. And I love cookies. So a cookie.
Yeah, I know cookies are very favorites. One lady I know I interviewed a while back, Sheena Olick. She's a big donut fan. She loves donuts. I mean,
You
but
know,
that's the
I
thing is,
think the last donut that I had was after North Americans. But I was super disappointed because I didn't realize the place we were going was just mini donuts. Lame.
oh,
I want like a
well,
like
if
give
you
me a
ever have,
get. I want it filled with something.
you want it with something with some cream and a little little cheese or something with a little sugar to it. You just don't want to
Give
like
me like the full on fat kid donut. I want like what's this mini donut business? No, thank you.
like you're
Um,
like you're like.
yeah,
But yeah, but I think
those.
yeah, that thing is it's always a process when especially when you after a long prep and you get a chance to eat something that's salty, sweet, a little greasy, something like that. I can tell you too. It's at one point I was like 500 pounds, and I had to make the choice to take care of myself. But still, I do like to indulge a little bit, like and nice to have like a little piece of cake every now and then, or But still, you have to be smart when you, especially as a competitor, when you consume, especially when you're
Well,
dieting.
the thing after a show is like you have to be careful, right? Like if you eat a bunch of food, like you're gonna blow up. I've done it. It's uncomfortable. Um, it's extreme. Like you're gonna feel ill. You ruin the rest of the night. You ruin the rest of the next day because you don't feel good, and you're holding a ton of water. Like after eating that. like too much of that food, and then getting on an airplane. By the time I get home, like your ankles are going to be non-existent. Like that's I would rather avoid that. The thing is like the food is always going to be there. It's not going anywhere. And in my off season, I do one free meal a week. So it's like burger and fries will be there. Whatever sweet treat. It's not it's not going anywhere. So I don't know, post show it's a different mindset now than it was my first few shows. My first few shows I'd be thinking like, oh, I want this cookie, and like I'm gonna want to go out to eat here. And it's if that's what you're worried about, if that's what you're concerned about, if that's what's taking up your brains, your space, your thoughts, it's gonna be a really tough prep. It's gonna be a tough prep, and you're focusing on the wrong part, right? Like uh, all I think about, or like what I'm thinking about now, is the stage. What I'm thinking about now is what it's gonna feel like to be behind the stage with all of those amazing athletes, and it just makes me want to bring my absolute best.
Yeah, that's the thing is, it's good to indulge every now and again, but not all the time. I remember one lady named Allison. She told me how she ate a lot of ice cream, and she had a dream about ice cream, and then she puked the next day. It's good to also to take moderation when you are on a prep. To eat smart, eat wisely, and also just to really think about that you're not making sacrifices, you're making an investment of what you want to bring to the stage. You want to bring your best condition, you want to bring your best look. I mean, everybody has to understand that. That's the thing that I think that needs to be educated when you get into bodybuilding.
hmm I think like first prep, your coach should be telling you about how your hormones are going to be off after the show, and how your hunger cues aren't going, like your satiety cues, the fullness cues, like it's not going to be normal. So like you're going to be eating a little bit more food post show, and you're still like after meals you're still going to be feeling hungry. That hunger is still going to be there. It's like you can eat and eat and eat, you can eat an insane amount of food after your show, because your hormones are not regulated. And so it's like pushing through that last little bit after a show for the reverse, the appropriate reverse, which like I have yet to nail a reverse perfectly, um, but it's easy to let things get derailed, to get off track in a reverse. Much easier to get off track in a reverse than it would be for a prep.
Mhm. Well, the thing is, it's hard to try to achieve perfection. It's especially for us humans. That's something that we can get to a certain level where we're just there. But if you can master it, that's the thing. If you can master it, that's the thing. You know, and it's so much. The will, the drive. I know those days in the morning you get up saying, "I don't want to." It's like I don't want. I just want to lay here in my bed and just enjoy it. I'm gonna eat myself a burger, but you know what? I want to get on that stage. I want to be at the Olympia. I want to do my best, if not just not for myself, but for those people that really want me to be my best. We have here, shout to my man Alex, who says, me too about the cookie. So, and that's the thing is, there's a lot of work to this.
Yeah, absolutely. And that goes back to the instant gratification. Like what I want right now is to lay in bed and order Five Guys and have it brought to my door. And like sure, that would feel good in the moment, but is it going to feel good when you never reach your goals because you couldn't stay committed to yourself? No, that doesn't feel good.
Hmm. Yeah, the thing is, you have to really put aside of those temptations in life if you want to achieve your goal. And I think I've said this too. really, I respect what y'all ladies do. I said again, I'm a fan, but I know people out there are kind of have a prejudice when it comes to women with muscle. The idea of women with muscle is not the idea of femininity. You're an attractive young lady. I would say it like that. Ma'am, I'm a gentleman from the South. I would tell a lady that she's attractive. You're an attractive young lady. You're a nice young lady. You're a very intelligent young lady. And I think it's good that people know that. But there's people out there who just don't either understand, don't want to accept it, or just, excuse my language, just assholes.
There's a lot of them. There, yeah, there's plenty of them.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is from a quote from my favorite comedian. It says, "Son, if people don't like you, fuck them."
Well, the
Yeah.
thing that you gotta go back to is like hurt people, right?
Mhm.
Like how happy is somebody sitting behind a keyboard saying mean things to other people? Like, that's not a happy person. That's someone who's really sad and broken.
Yeah, or just jealous because you know what you're achieving something that they don't have the aptitude or the mentality or the discipline to achieve. They're just looking for someone to vent their frustrations on. And if just like I post stuff on my social media and like I post a video of Hunter Henderson and I got big comments like, "Is that a dude? Is there that?" But Hunter has a great physique. She's a great young lady. I actually saw one in Tampa. I get a chance to talk to her. I'd love to talk to her in the future, but you know, as the person who gets this sport, this is about yourself. And yes, if you don't like it, here's the best thing. Don't say nothing. Keep your mouth shut. But then the flip side, there are those guys like, like Elizabeth, I think you're kind of cute, Lizzie. If I show you something, would you know you sick freak? Calm down. You just calm down. This is I gotta say, you get more with a silk glove than with an iron fist. I know what you do with your iron fist, you freak. It's just
Oh
you
my
gotta
gosh.
respect, yeah, you gotta respect anybody who do this sport, be it man
Hmm.
or woman, because there's so much risk, not as much reward, but you do it because you have a passion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like focusing on that aspect of it, focusing on it as like we're athletes, right? Like look at what we're doing, look at what we're capable of, not, oh, sex appeal and muscle worshiping and OnlyFans. Like, no, that's not it.
Well, that's the problem is that like anything is easy to sexualize anything, and bodybuilding can be sexualized. I know guys who, like myself, and so again, I'm almost personal. I think y'all are beautiful. There are those things because some women use those things as platforms to, as you know, to cover the cost of bodybuilding. Like, are you sponsored right now? Are you a sponsored athlete?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Would you be interested to be a sponsored athlete?
Yeah, taking sponsorships.
Yeah.
Hit
Yeah,
me
that'd be
up.
good. That'd be good. Like anybody who's in Elizabeth's area that knows her, who's interested in sponsoring her, or guys out there. I know you guys are out there. We're fans, ladies. Her links in the description. If you're interested in sponsoring her, interested to maybe help her get to the next level. I mean, Steve Carr show. Maybe go to do Chicago or any other show because Chicago's not too far from
Yeah.
Minnesota. Yes, that's right
No.
there down the road. Yeah. So what those little things can help. But guys, again, don't be that guy saying, "Yeah, Elizabeth, I help you out if you help me." No, no, this is what you do. It says, Miss Moline, we are very interested about you, your passion, your who you are as a competitor. We work for a company. We love to help athletes reach their goals. So if you're ever interested, madam, and to work with us, if it's something you feel comfortable working with in your process, let us know. We'll love to help you out. And we have exchange information, exchange of other things between each other. So if you feel like this is something that may help you in your achieve your goal as a bodybuilder, we will be happy to help you out.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to go.
Yeah, I'm good at this. I've been practicing a long time here. So we're not going to hold her much too much longer. And I do appreciate time. I know she's in the middle of prep. She got about a month or so ago to the Steve Carr
Five
show.
weeks.
5 weeks, God. Before we know it, it's around the corner. It's around the corner. I mean,
Mhm.
but already we got Halloween coming up. Olympia's in a few more days. Then Christmas and like that. I know your mom's gonna have a big spread at the restaurant. On Christmas.
My mom goes crazy for Christmas. My mom goes crazy for holidays, family gatherings, parties. It's her thing. She loves being hostess. She bakes for the restaurant. So I mean, we just like, we hang out in the kitchen. The family hangs out in the kitchen because my mom's usually just baking. So,
That's nice. And when we had Christmas growing up, my mom used to love it. It's been, she used to cook for us and everything. I remember before she passed, well, because she couldn't do much like she used to anymore because she was through a lot of stuff. I cooked a couple of cakes for her. She said she teach me how to cook cakes. She told me, she said, George, the cakes ain't pretty, but son, it tastes real good. So yeah,
that's
uh,
adorable.
yeah, here's just my man, Alex. It says, excuse me, good luck at Steve Carr, Elizabeth. Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, he is a fan. Like all of us, we are fans, you ladies. We appreciate your dedication, your interest, your passion for sport, and also we do appreciate your physiques too. you know, it's just something about women who are in the sport. There's a certain, you're not the, I would say, the standard was considered beauty, but you're all beautiful in your own right. Could it be from Andrea to Angela to someone like Chelsea or someone like Sarah Vilgas or any other ladies who compete in bodybuilding? You all are women. You all have a passion, and you all, as my other guy will say, he would say this: you all are beautiful. So, my last question for you, my dear lady, what would you want for yourself out of bodybuilding in your future?
Ooh, I want to get to the Olympia stage for sure. That's a huge goal. But longevity. I want to be in this sport for a while. So, um, bottom line, continued health, continued growth, mentally, physically, um, and with that goal of being at the Olympia.
Mhm. That's the biggest goal. I mean, used to be back in the day, it used to be all sorts of classic, but it kicked out women's bodybuilding, physique, and figure. Let's see. Arnold, I see my Arnold like on the kids and then watch the movies and get to the chopper. But
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of what he's done. I understand it's about money, yada 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 yada. But there, one person I'm a fan of, and I appreciate what he's done for women's bodybuilding. He's the guy who brought it back. That's Mr. Jake Wood. Shout out to Jake. Yo, Jake. I want that money. I want that gun. I can't help my Denzel from Training Day. I can't help but talk about Jake. He gave the women a chance to come back, and you made your debut in 2020 as a bodybuilder. Andrea became the Miss Olympia that year, and I think women like yourself and Andrea and several others, women's bodybuilding can probably grow. We just got to have the people who want to see it grow within the
Yeah.
sport, outside of the sport. I mean, it's funny that I remember when I was a kid, it used to be on television. You can catch on ESPN and network television, but now you can watch cornhole and there's championship pillow fighting. I mean, but
What about the slap? We watched like the slap.
yeah, slap the power slap
Crazy
assault.
stuff.
I mean, just did a bare knuckle fighter interview a lady a while back who's a bare knuckle fighter, and a lady who just did finish a bare knuckle fight. She got her face smashed. Jessica Borgia. I mean, ooh, right? I saw the clips of that. I say, oh damn, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do
Hard
that.
pass. Hard pass on
yeah,
that.
yeah. I grew up a country boy. We like to wrestle, so,
Yeah.
but yeah, but I would say I wish you best of luck. I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
like it's gonna be a great show. I might, watch that show because there's it's the only shows where I can probably watch because the Romanian Muscle Fest is gonna be in Romania. By the time it start, the prejudges be I'd be like, and then miss most of the other
Yeah.
show. But
All
with
right.
this
Well, here
show,
you go. You gotta get the live stream.
yeah,
Steve Carr Classic. It's gonna be a good one.
yeah, and it'd be great to see. Like we just had a show just about a couple weeks ago, the Grand Prix. We had nothing but female bodybuilders. Shout out to my friend Tina competed there. Some other ladies I've interviewed competed there. It was a great opportunity. I hope more people could step up. I was hoping they would have Texas. The Texas Pros have women's bodybuilding this year, but then they dropped out because of couldn't get a sponsorship. Maybe we can have it next year. That'd be a great show to go to. I'm thinking about my friend Eunice is thinking about going to a show. I'm hoping I might go there or go to another show. Just the opportunity to meet you ladies, talk to y'all, get your point of view, and just as a fan to show my support.
I love it. That's great. We need more fans. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, you got my man Alex here, my man Josh, and my man KL. We are fans. We're here to support, and I appreciate them for coming through.
Thank you.
You have anybody want to shout out before we let you go?
Who do I want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, anybody.
Ooh, so many people. Okay. My other women bodybuilder friends, Anastasia, Amanda, Montana. Shoot. My friend Miranda, Sandra. I just keep going. How much time you got?
We get we
I'll
got we
stop
got
there.
time. Keep going. You want
I'll stop there.
Montana Frey? I just talked with Montana. I know she's going to be doing her debut because I interviewed Montana when about United States Marine Corps. I don't tell her thank you for your service. I always say I got my niece, my oldest niece, my nephew was in the army. I tell you, I don't say thank you for your service. I say as a citizen, I appreciate the sacrifice you have made for this country. Sandra Avelli, nice lady. She's a friend of mine. Anastasia, she has a great look. I hope we see her. I think she says she can take next year off. I think she's the future for bodybuilding, just like yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think and also I see some women who I think you have potential for the division, but you gotta get out of your own way. It can grow if y'all willing to make that move. Don't be afraid about what people say or what people think. Do it because you feel like you have an opportunity. Physique is stacked. There's too many people sometimes. I'll be like saying, wait. I mean, this year wasn't so great for women's physique. I mean, women's bodybuilding, but I think we might get a resurgence next year. I hope so. I do.
Yeah. We will.
Yeah. Anybody else you want to shout out? Because I know you have other people too.
Nah, that's okay. I'll take up too much time.
Mom,
Too many
mom,
shout outs.
mom.
Shout out to I'll just say all the people at my gym. All the people at Los Campeones.
Yeah. Mom.
My mom. My mom. Love you, mom.
Yes. There should be. Yeah. Say we just walk
She's
the
your
gym.
fan. She's your
Yeah.
fan now.
Oh, thank you. I'm like I said, it may not be the 80s, but I'm down with the ladies. So I
Oh
appreciate
my
that.
gosh.
Yeah. But anyway, folks, I think my guests that were here, my man Josh came through, my brother KL the Wonder, my nephew Alex. Thank y'all guys, all who watch this video, follow, subscribe. Check out Elizabeth in the upcoming Steve Carr show. Support her, cheer for you. You can buy the live stream, go there in person. I know. I hope your mom might get the chance. You think your mom won't want to go?
Oh, she's coming. She got her ticket.
That's great. That'd be great. Your mom said, "That's my baby. That's my baby." And then some guy said,
Honestly, like I step on stage and someone's cheering the loudest. I'm like, thanks, mom.
"Yeah."
I'm
I,
glad you're
I I
here.
remember I was watching. My friend Keith was there. We was at the Titan show. You can hear Christina's husband Joey in the background. He. I mean, he's. But then you think about it, your mom said, "That's my baby." And some guy said, "That's your baby." Well, can she be my baby?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. For y'all ladies to get to this level, to present these great physiques, these amazing bodies, people got to understand what it took to get there. The hunger, the tired, the dehydration that's involved with it. And again, it's not easy. If like Rick Holman said like this, everybody wants to be a bodybuilder, but no one lift this heavy ass weight.
It's true.
Yeah. So anyway, ma'am, I really appreciate your time you're giving me. I wish you all best of luck. I will watch the pay-per-view. Also, folks, I'm going to do a pay-per-view for the live stream commentary of the Olympia Friday. I said again, I'm just going to focus on the women's bodybuilding, women's physique. I might figure it may be fitness because I know a couple of ladies are competing in that division. I want to see how they do. And also just show support. But I'd like to thank you, ma'am, for your time, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Thanks for having me.
To quote my hero, the Dark Knight himself, you never have to. That's why I do this. All right, folks. I appreciate my guests were here. We appreciate the lovely IFB Pro, Miss Elizabeth Mullins, and wish you all the best of luck in her future in this sport of bodybuilding.
Thank you.
All right, folks. Email away George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. Get out. Good night. Good luck. God bless, and another week, another day down.